William Perkins, in his work, The Calling of the Ministry, uses Isaiah chapter 6, verses 5 to 9 to explain the context of the call and commission of Isaiah. He explains the meaning of the passage in two parts. The means of Isaiah's confirmation, Isaiah 6, 1 to 4, and the confirmation itself, Isaiah 6, 5 to 13. The confirmation itself is divided into three parts. The effect of the vision of the prophet was cause him to fear. It stunned him. It cast him down, as it says in verse 5. And the comfort he received, which raised him up again, verses 6 and 7. And the renewing of his commission, which is in verses 8 to 13. Isaiah was afraid in his meeting with the theophanic Christ, seeing Christ on the throne. Such fear is not just limited to just Isaiah. In every passage that men come into contact with God in this particular way, they become fearful. If ministers ever aim to be made instruments of God's glory in saving souls, which is the one who is wise, he who wins souls is wise, they become fearful. At the outset, they should set before their eyes not the honor, but the danger of their calling, as Perkins says. Isaiah pronounces a curse on himself. Woe is me, I am undone. And God first humbles and casts down the prophet in the sight of God's majesty and his own misery before he honors him with a commission to preach his word to his people. Isaiah's confession follows, because I am a man of unclean lips. He complains of actual sins before God. Now, Isaiah is not only unclean himself, and he knows it, but is sent to an unclean people. This is because he dwells with him, with them. Knowing them as a minister must be among the people of God. That which prompted Isaiah's uncleanness and confession was a vision of a holy God. And because he dwelt among the people in that way, he knew those people, he knew himself. So consider the extreme presumption of ministers who rashly enter the ministry. We learn here, Perkins says, the serious situation of those ministers who are so presumptuous as to exercise that holy function, but who remain in their sins without repentance. Many ministers come into God's presence unsanctified and in their sins, little concerned about how loosely they live before the people. It is the glory of a church to have its doctrine powerful and effectual for the winning of souls, and so the minister must be so as well.